RRHO. Margaret Josephs gives shocking update on husband's cancer. RHONG star Margaret Josephs is giving an update on her husband, Joe Benigno's possible prostate cancer. As viewers have seen, his numbers were not right, which sent Margaret into a panic. She just lost her ex-husband, Jan Josephs, so she cannot handle losing Joe. So what is the current update on Joe's health? Keep reading for more details. RHONG Margaret Josephs gives shocking update on husband's cancer. Margaret Josephs has had a rough RHONG season with friendships and betrayal. For her, this is nothing new, but it still is not something she cares to go through. Her close friend, Jackie Goldschneider, went to the dark side and befriended former enemy, Teresa Giudice. This friendship made sense to no one, and some questioned if she was doing it for clout. She had a new book coming out and was a friend of. Though it was by choice, was Jackie trying to be more relevant, and what was Teresa getting out of it? It was later revealed Tra just embraced Jackie so she could take Margaret down. In the midst of the friendship betrayal and a huge caste divide, Margaret's husband, Joe Benigno, went to the doctor. He learned that his prostate numbers were off, and that sent Margaret into a panic. She had just lost her ex-husband, Jan Josephs, to a sudden heart attack, so it was imperative that they take care of Joe Benigno at all costs. He was not worried, but as it turns out, he should have been. According to Monsters and Critics, Joe has been officially diagnosed with prostate cancer, which likely turned Margaret Josephs' world upside down. She shared this news with Bravo and opened up about how her husband is doing in the midst of all of this. How are they handling it? Though the doctors are just watching what is going on, this has brought Margaret Josephs and Joe Benigno even closer than they were before. Close friend and co-star Melissa Gorga chimed in with her take on how everything has been going since the diagnosis. This may have come up if they had a reunion, but that did not happen. Rather, the ladies watched the finale in their individual friend groups. They offered commentary as they viewed it, with Dolores Catania allegedly being the only castmate to hop between rooms. That will serve as an alternate reunion for fans. Margaret Josephs, the effervescent powerhouse of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, is known for her quick wit, bold fashion choices, and unflinching honesty. But in a shocking revelation that left both her castmates and fans reeling, Margaret shared a deeply personal update about her husband, Joe Benigno, and his unexpected battle with cancer. It all began during the filming of the upcoming season, where the cast gathered at a charity event for breast cancer awareness. As the ladies mingled under twinkling fairy lights, Margaret stood out in a vibrant pink jumpsuit adorned with rhinestones, her signature pigtails framing her face. But beneath the sparkle, there was a palpable tension in her demeanor. When it was her turn to speak, Margaret took a deep breath, gripping the microphone tightly. "I've always believed in transparency, and today is no different," she began, her voice trembling slightly. "Joe and I have been dealing with something incredibly difficult, and it's time to share it with all of you." The room fell silent. Even Teresa Giudice, known for her dramatic table flips, looked genuinely concerned. Margaret's eyes scanned the crowd, landing briefly on her husband, who offered her a reassuring nod. "A few months ago, Joe was diagnosed with prostate cancer," she revealed, her voice breaking. Gasps rippled through the crowd as tears welled up in her eyes. "It was a shock, to say the least. We've been through so much together, but nothing prepares you for hearing the words, 'You have cancer.'" Margaret explained that Joe's diagnosis came after a routine physical. "Joe's always been the strong one, the rock of our family," she said, pausing to steady her voice. "He wasn't feeling any symptoms, but he's diligent about his health." That's what caught it early. The months following the diagnosis had been a whirlwind of doctor's appointments, tests, and difficult conversations. Margaret opened up about the toll it had taken on their relationship. "We've had our share of arguments," she admitted, her voice tinged with emotion. "There were moments when I wanted to scream at the universe, 'Why him? Why us?' But Joe's strength, his determination to fight, has been inspiring. He's my hero." Joe, who had been standing quietly in the background, stepped forward to address the room. His typically jovial demeanor was subdued but resolute. "I'm not one for big speeches," he began, "but I want to thank my wife for being my biggest cheerleader. Margaret is the glue that holds our family together. And I'm going to beat this, not just for me, but for her." The couple's revelation prompted an outpouring of support from their castmates. Jennifer A. Dean, often at odds with Margaret, surprised everyone by offering a heartfelt embrace. "Cancer doesn't discriminate," Jennifer said later in a confessional. "Seeing Margaret and Joe go through this puts everything into perspective." Dolores Catania, whose own mother had battled breast cancer, offered words of wisdom. "You're stronger than you think," she told Margaret. "Lean on your friends. We're all here for you." As the night went on, the atmosphere shifted from somber to hopeful. Margaret shared that Joe had undergone surgery and was responding well to treatment. "We caught it early," she reiterated, "and for that, we are so grateful." In the weeks that followed, Margaret used her platform to raise awareness about prostate cancer. She hosted fundraisers, appeared on talk shows, and encouraged men to prioritize their health. "If Joe's story can inspire just one person to get checked, it's worth it," she said during an emotional appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. Behind the scenes, the journey brought Margaret and Joe closer than ever. "We've always had a strong marriage," Margaret said in a confessional, "but this has taken us to a new level of intimacy and understanding. When you're faced with the possibility of losing the person you love most, you realize what truly matters." The experience also deepened Margaret's bond with her stepson, Joe's son from a previous marriage. "We've had our ups and downs over the years," she admitted, "but seeing him rally around his dad has been heartwarming. We're a team now, more than ever." As filming for the season wrapped, Margaret and Joe celebrated a milestone. His first post-treatment checkup came back cancer-free. The cast threw a surprise party, complete with a cake that read, "Joe kicked cancer's butt." There wasn't a dry eye in the room as Joe raised a glass and toasted his wife. "Margaret," he said, his voice cracking, "I couldn't have done this without you. You're my everything." Margaret's journey with Joe has already sparked conversations among viewers. Social media buzzed with messages of support and shared experiences. "Margaret and Joe's story is a wake-up call," one fan tweeted. "Life is fragile. Take care of your health and cherish your loved ones." As the new season airs, Margaret hopes their story will inspire others. "We're not perfect," she said during a promotional interview. "We've made mistakes, had fights, and faced challenges. But at the end of the day, love and resilience conquer all." And in true Margaret fashion, she ended with a quip. "Plus, Joe looks fabulous bald. Who knew cancer would bring out his inner supermodel?" Fans of RHONJ have come to expect drama, laughter, and tears, but Margaret and Joe's story brings a new level of depth to the show. It's a reminder that even amidst the glitz and glamour, the housewives are human, facing battles that resonate far beyond the screen.